Okay, welcome to this vector question, and you can see the question is here. E is the midpoint of AB. OD ratio DB is 2 ratio 3. That is 2 ratio 3. That is OD and DB. And F is the point of intersection of OE and AD. As you can see from there, in terms of express OE and AD in terms of A and B. That is the first question. Express, then this will be like the second question. Now in the first case, you have been told that vector OA, this vector here, is this way. OA is A, vector A, and OB is vector B. All this from here up to here is vector B. And now the first thing you have been told is that we express OE and AD in terms of A and B, starting with this vector OE. To move from O to E, that is OA plus AE. But also remember, E is the midpoint of AB. So therefore, our vector OA is vector A already, and AE is a half of AB, vector B, AB. Therefore, for us to get AE, we must get AB, which is a half of which AE is a half of AB. Therefore, AB, vector AB, will be AO. Move from A to B is AO plus OB. And AO is the opposite way. That will be negative vector A plus B. If you want to write it beautifully, it will be vector B minus A. Okay, that is AB. And still we are still on vector OE, which is OA plus AE. And we know that A is a half of AB. We already have AB, which is B minus A. Therefore, we can now write and say OE will be vector A plus a half of AB, which is now AE, which is B minus A over 2. If you want to write it beautifully, that one will be like B over 2, vector B, half B minus a half or plus half vector A. That will be like that. That is OE, which is done. Now the remaining one is now AD. AD again also in terms of A and B. AD is this vector here, is this from A to D. That means from A to D, it is AO plus OD for us to get AD. That is AO plus OD. AO is negative vector A plus OD. OD is 2 over 5 of AOB, which is 2 over 5 of OB, which is vector B. That means if you write it beautifully, this will be like 2 over 5 vector B minus vector A. That is now AD. That is the first question there. Roman 2 is now asking, given that AF is TAD and OF is SOE, find the values of S and T. In this case here, this is the question that normally carries a lot of marks in factors. Whenever you are asked to find the values of the unknown letters there, for this case is S and T. This one here, you make sure you create a one root that contains the other expression given. Like for the first case here, AF, you can leave it the way it is. AF is T AD. Remember AD, you already have it in the first expressions. That is now our AF is T into bracket AD, which was this one here. 2 over 5. Open it. Say 2 over 5 T vector B minus T vector A. Now the other one is OF. OF, they say it is SOE. SOE. Wait. TAF is this one here. OF is SOE. SOE. You must have one root that contains AF. Yeah. You go to this one here. You create another root that goes to AF so that we can equate them. The first AF is TAD. You must have another root that goes from A to F, but it must contain the other expression provided, which must be OF. The other way to go to AF, because the first AF is provided, you create another one that contains AF, but now it must contain the other expression, which is now AF. It can as well be AO plus OF. That is now going to accommodate this one. So therefore, our AO is negative A plus OF, which is SOE. And OE, we had already found it. It is already there. So our work is to copy paste vector A plus half B plus half A. You can write it beautifully. They are like terms here. So this one will be half vector B minus a half vector A. If you do that one well. Now, the two functions here we have for AF. The first AF is this one. The second AF is this one. It means, but remember this was a, oh, there's something I've forgotten here. This is a raw video. I'm just doing it as, taking it as I do. So this one is negative A plus SOE. OE is already there. Half B plus half vector A. You can open this one here. We shall have negative A plus 1 over 2 S vector B plus 1 over 2 S vector A. Now these ones with vector A are like terms. So we can put them together, half S vector A minus vector A plus half S vector B. So this one here, we can put vector outside. So this one is half S minus 1 to bracket vector A plus half S vector B. Remember this one is AF, is the second AF. The first AF is this one. Since both of them are AF, so we equate them. The first AF was 2 over 5 T vector B minus T vector A. This one is similar to this second function of AF, which is a half minus 1 into bracket vector A plus a half B vector B. So the like terms again, we do the same thing. Vector b's must be equal because there is equal sign here. This vector b must be equal to this b. But this time round, we only collect the coefficients of those vectors. For the b is 2 over 5 t must be equal to this one here. But we only take the coefficient of that. We leave out the vector b. 1 over 2 s. Similarly to a is negative t is equal to this vector a, which is a half s minus 1. So from this one here, we can get that t is equal to minus a half s plus 1. Because this negative is good, you know what happens to it. This negative half s plus 1. This other one, now since we have the value of t here, we can now substitute it here so that we can get the value of s. You can now say 2 over 5 times t, which is negative a half s plus 1. This one equal to half s. So we can open the brackets. This one will be negative 1 over 5 s plus 2 over 5 is equal to 1 over 2s. We continue with this. Now we connect the right terms. Take this one minus a half, 1 over 5 on the other side. So that now we can get 2 over 5 is equal to, my blackboard is too small, so don't worry, follow up the procedure, plus 1 over 5 s. This one will give us 2 over 5 is equal to, you add the 2, the LCM is actually 10. That will be 5 plus 2, that will be 7 over 10 s. So we can get the value of, we can get s alone by multiplying with the reciprocal of 10 over 7 on both sides. So that will be times 10 over 7 by 5 here, by 5 here, that will be 4 over 7. That will be the value of s. Because the blackboard is small, we can get the value of t. Since we have now the value of s, our t was a half s plus 1. So negative a half s, and our s is 4 over 7. That will be 2 by 2 here, 2. You will get negative 2 over 7 plus 1. Negative 2 over 7 plus 1. This one will give us the value of t, as the LCM here is now 7. So it will be negative 2 plus 7. It will be 5 over 7. 5 over 7. Therefore, the value of s is 4 over 7. The value of t is 5 over 7. Thank you.